Welcome to Linda's TV show. I greet you according to your time zone. If it is your first time of coming across this platform or seeing my face, my name is Linda and you are watching Linda's TV show. If you like what we are doing, kindly subscribe, put on your notification bell to all notifications so that you'll be able to know when we upload a new video. My lovely people, always share these videos, always like and share. Ugo here, we react to all forms of videos, local, internet, especially what is happening in Nigeria and in Biafra land. I put a disclaimer that here in Linda's TV show, we do not promote misleading information, hate speech, violent or instigating war. We are to all forms of videos and we are here to inform, educate, enlighten members of the public about what is happening. Of course, I will always seize every opportunity to appreciate YouTube for creating this platform that we are using to disseminate this information to the members of the public. YouTube, thank you so much. So,
no case submission was rejected by Justice Omotosho in Federal High Court of Nigeria. Why did he refuse the no case submission? Now we have uncovered the reason why. Now, number one, James Omotosho of the Nigerian to jail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They're going to give him oil well in Nigeria. Again, James Omotosho was as well promised houses anywhere of his choice, including Dubai. That is the reason why Justice James is not even a justice, actually. James Omotosho is wants to make sure that he jails Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So all these things, I'm going to break it down in one by bit. Now, Nnamdi Kanu has no case to answer in Nigeria. The legal system of Nigeria has abolished the law on which James Omotosho and the Nigerian judiciary is trying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu proved it to the court on the 7th of November 2025. What did James Omotosho do? James Omotosho now said that he's going to move to hand Mazi Nnamdi Kanu over jail term, death penalty, or whichever one, under no law. Why? Because it has been promised by Tinubu, Wike, and the rest Eastern governor that if he's able to put away Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a man that is standing between them and declaring Biafra. Because once Biafra is being declared, other foreign countries that collect our mineral resources will no longer have it, including China. This China that you are looking at today, they mine our gold in Enugu State, coal and gold in Enugu State. This China, all of them, their hands are in it. So they have promised Omotosho that if he's able to jail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that is why you see him pushing, dragging, and forcing to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being jailed. If he's able to jail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they will give him $15 million in cash, house of his choice anywhere in the world, including Dubai, and then oil well. Who in his right senses will not do that same thing? Who in his right senses will not sell his conscience? I'm telling you the truth. This is what we have uncovered. Because we don't sleep. We keep making sure that we bring to you people of the recent happenings in this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no case to answer anywhere in the world, because in Europe where we are today, self-determination is not a crime. It is not even a crime anywhere in this world. So many countries, including where I am today, fought for their freedom. US fought for their freedom. Finland, that Alexander Stubb, that animal, colluded with Nigerian government to jail our leader, Mazi Simon Ekpa, fought for their freedom from Russia. So today, we are now, Nnamdi Kanu is now a terrorist. Why? Because he wants to liberate Biafrans from the shackles of this slave mentality and our slaves masters. And who did they use? Tinubu. Remember when Tinubu and then, what is his name? Peter Obi, the former governor of Kaduna State, El Rufai, went to London and, where P2B was asked he was asked questions and P2B was able to, nail his questions in London here. Nailed all his questions, and they asked Tinubu, what would you do to tackle insecurity and make life easy for his citizens? He started appointing or allocating questions to the governors that was around him. That happened in Chatham House in London. Remember? So he wasn't able to answer any question, and that was where they decided that this is the food that we're going to use to continue our, destroying and milking this country. That is the food that they use. Tinubu is a ruthless politician, a very, very, very corrupt man. That is what you people gained because Tinubu is a president. And that is what they are trying to push to us. They are trying to intimidate us, make us to feel that we are nobody, so that we will continue to work as slaves in every part of European country and the West. That's what they're doing. So did Omotosho collect bribe? Yes, he did. Omotosho collected $15 million to Jail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. $15 million, not $1 million, so not $1,500 million, $1 million, $15 million, 1500. A very crazy man to Jail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And when these things happens, when these things are happening, we will continue to dig out informations. Can you see how corrupt Nigerian system is? That is a country that some of you will come on this space or will come on this to continue to shout one Nigeria. And yet, if we ask you, what has Nigeria done for you? Any one of you, you can't tell us. You don't, nothing, absolutely nothing. You can imagine, justice, it's not about justice anymore. Please, are you guys hearing me clearly? I can see you guys. Are you hearing me clearly, please? I think I should start looking down now. Biafra 001, can you see me? All right. Am I clearer? Because I don't know why my network keeps fumbling here. So it is not all about justice, equity, fairness in Nigeria anymore. It's all about whosoever that has the money to pay, we pay his way out. And we pay to, to intimidate, suppress, and oppress his neighbor or her neighbor. That is what Nigeria is all about today. Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has proven it. He has proven it in court. And the world is shaking. The world is panicking because he has exposed some individual. Mentioned name. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a very wise man. When he took over his case, the zoo was... They were panicking. They were like, oh, why is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu going to take over his case? He's not a lawyer. He needs a lawyer because they were using these lawyers to delay his time, to continue to confuse him. And when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took over his case file, he found out that there was no charges against him. So why are you people keep collecting money from me? I keep paying you every court sitting, and you are not even able. You don't have the nerves to pronounce names, to call names. So why am I paying you? And he took over his file. When Mazi Nnamdi took over his file, that is when they began to, they were scared because they know things will happen. Nnamdi Kanu defending himself is going to be bombshell. And that is what Omotosho saw. Omotosho was paid to jail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but it can't happen because we've uncovered that. This same Nigeria that is trying to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I was in what is he called now? Dr. Masanga's space yesterday, and Nigeria was sued to come and tell them how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu got to Nigeria. In Kenya, Dr. Masanga was in Kenyan court. No Nigerian representative came to explain how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came to Nigeria, and yet they want to jail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu under our watch. You people are not ready. You are not serious, I'm telling you. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go to jail, Omotosho, just know that you are gone. I'm telling you. If you jail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on the 20th, just know that you're gone. You can imagine, you Yorubas are the one. They went to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They detained him in government facility. It's not even in correctional center. The people trying Mazen Nnamdi Kanu are Yorubas. The same Yorubas that are destroying our properties in Lagos State, destroying our properties everywhere in Lagos State. Those are the people that are coming to jail Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who is the judge of the Federal High Court of Nigeria, judging Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's case. Yorubas. I'm telling you. These people are evil. Very evilistic in nature. And you want us to be in one Nigeria. Is that what you think? And you think that when you jail Mazen Nnamdi Kanu or Motosho, you'll be walking freely. Is it? When you jail my own leader, you think Nigeria is Western world, where laws doesn't work? You jail Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, you fly to London, or you still remain in the four walls of Nigeria. Is it? I will be looking at you. You are not serious. I don't think you know what you are doing. So this is it. This is who they are today. The American president has said he's coming to, fight insecurity. To fight insecurity in Nigeria. What did they do? They started panicking. They started, going on social media, talking about it, to the extent that they started agitating. They are protesting against Trump coming to fight insecurity that they created by themselves. The Nigerian government created. Tinubu and Shettima created this insecurity because of their evil deeds. Very illiterate-minded people. They don't even know how prepared are this. They don't even know how prepared are this. You think you take Mazen away, take time on Ekpa away, people like us stand up. You joking? When I know that people are holding my own freedom, I don't know. I don't know who affects the government. Realistically, I really don't know. This is what they're doing. You're joking? When I know that people are holding my own freedom, network disappointing me. I hope you guys can hear me. You can see me clearly, right? That is what they are doing. Nigeria is a lawless nation. Nigeria is a killing field. Nigeria is a killing machine. They kill their own citizens. That is Nigerian for you. I'm telling you, that is Nigeria. Nigeria kills their own citizens. There is this, let me see if I can, oh no. Yesterday, while I was going to church, a lady called me and told me how they butchered the daughter. She was in a farm. They were in the farm, going to farm. And the Fulani herders brought to eat in the woman's farm. And then the woman confronted them. The daughter was even talking to them. Before you know it, they butchered, they stabbed the girl to death. The woman had to run away. And they ran after her. The woman had to hide behind them. And they couldn't find her, so they left. They butchered the girl. And these people, nobody challenges them. When you speak to the government about them, the government comes after you. How can you defend evil when a man was in his own farm farming, and then Fulani herders attacked this young man? The man was able to overpower the Fulani and stab the guy and unalive the guy in self-defense. They jailed him for life. And then that is the same country you want me to live with, the same animals you want me to live in with. You people are not serious. You are joking. I'm telling you, you are really joking. Everybody should be ready for the worst to come. You should be very ready, because a lot is going to be happening very soon. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, we have uncovered this about, anybody that works with Tinubu, go and check that person's history. They are very corrupt people. Very, very corrupt. Very corrupt. I'm telling you the truth. Very corrupt. Anybody that you see that is working under Tinubu's administration, go and check that person. Go and check the person. I'm telling you for free. James Omotosho used to be, he was one that brought hope. I hope you people know. James Omotosho removed a governor, a sitting governor that came first in Imo State, gave it to this hope that is destroying the Southeast today. James, that same James. James Omotosho has been in the favor of the government of Nigeria. That is who James Omotosho is. He's a criminal. Wike's best friend. That is a man that you hope that will come and deliver justice, for Nnamdi Kanu to walk out free in that prison? No. And that is why my hatred goes to Finland for what they did to our prime minister. Just because prime minister, you know, these people approached prime minister, these Nigerian agents, through some individuals in Finland. Look, give up this Biafra, and we would give you something. We will make you the richest man in Africa. They approached him. I'm telling you the truth. That is just the simple truth. They approached him. We will make you the richest man in Africa. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just accept to drop this Biafra, and we are going to make you one of the most richest man in Africa. This guy asked them, so does it mean that you don't want to release Nnamdi Kanu? What about Nnamdi Kanu? And they said, forget that one. Master Simon Ekpa said it. And the same Finland today, when they saw, they waited until 2 weeks to our freedom, 2 weeks to our redeclaration. That is why when you are working with all these animals called the Indiocha, you be very careful with them. I don't go close to them. I work with them. I know what they can do. I know who they are. I know how manipulative they can be. I don't give them that chance. Because look, if I've gotten all it takes to be here, and I've gotten all it takes to do my job, my qualifications, if you come and then start trying to misbehave, I'll put you to your stand immediately. I will put you to your lane. Finland then came in. 2 weeks for our declaration of freedom. They came in, and what did Finland do? What they did was to remove prime minister, and they did not go into any investigation before removing prime minister. I hope you guys know that. What they did was to remove prime minister and started investigating, and did their charade investigation because they cannot hold him for more than 6 months, and then came up with a judgment that Master Simon Ekpa incited me to become a terrorist, and that is why they are jailing him. No facts in their law that happened. They did not. We were asking them, how did you come about this, your judgment? They didn't tell us. Just like what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is going through today. Because the Finland jailed Simon Ekpa. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu now is in trouble. Justice Omotoshonan said, if Finland can jail Mazen Ekpa, then they will jail Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and nothing will happen. And that is the simple truth. All because of our treachery. All because of our misbehaving. The Indibu. All because of our selfish interest, selfishness, foolishness. That is why Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is standing today alone. All because of what Ogechukwu Nkere did and Sonny Akparawa. All because of what they did. Had it been Ogechukwu Nkere did not go this route, did not drive through this route, Nigerian government would have been out of our land by now. I'm telling you the truth. All they did was to collude with federal government of Finland, Alexander Stubb, to jail Mazi Simon Ekpa, so that Nnamdi Kanu will be standing alone. That is what they did. I'm telling you, that is what these animals did. Finland they are a very terrible country. Very terrible country. And anybody that is still planning to go to Finland, I wonder what you're going to be doing there. Very terrible. If Alexander an innocent man because of our mineral resources, what are you doing as a black man? There are other good countries in Europe here. You can go to Sweden. You can go to any other country. I'm not advising you to. But because we have gotten our country, United States of Biafra, which is under the watch of Dr. Ngozi Orabueza today, so I'm not asking you. I'm asking you just in case you're looking for a better place to step your foot. Finland is not a place. They don't secure humanity. As long as you have a black skin, Finland doesn't care. They didn't care. Finland took prime minister on the basis of business, not on the basis of fact findings, not on the basis of legal findings. They took prime minister based on transactional approach. They approached them. You saw when the ambassador from Finland to Nigeria said, "Oh, Simon was blocking their relationship with Finland to Nigeria." Did you not hear it? And when they had gone into bilateral agreements, because if Simon declared, Simon would chase them out of Biafran land. They gave them the money, they gave them what they could not reject. That is why today, Alexander Stop, shame will continue to be his. We can never forget what you did to us in a million years to come, Alexander Stop. And this man that you saw, that is Finland, and Alexander Stop, Simon Ekpa, he's his best friend though. Simon Ekpa made him to win this election. That is how bad some friends can be, terrible some friends can be. And I'm telling you, if you are making friends, be careful of the kind of people that you make your friend. I'm telling you the truth. That is the simple truth. I'm telling you, that is the simple truth. The war that we fought over how many years ago, that is what they are still reminding us of. That is why Tinubu is holding my leader, Nnamdi Kanu. Very demonic people. Very demonic, very satanic. I'm telling you, very, very satanic. Men without honor. These people that you see, Nigerian government, the set of this government are ruthless. Tinubu is a ruthless politician. Tinubu is a drug lord, drug dealer. When I'm saying these things, you people think I'm just joking. Now, when Tinubu decided to free some inmates, out of 100%, 90% were drug dealers. Go and do your fact findings. 90% were drug dealers. The rest of them were all murderers. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Go and do your fact findings. This same Tinubu that you are seeing today, this drug lord that is looking for how to jail our deputy prime minister, that is looking for how to jail everybody that speaks about Biafra, cannot step his foot in America, cannot go to America. I'm telling you, cannot fly his jet into America. That is the man that Alexander Stop listening to and remove our prime minister to cause this chaos that Nnamdi Kanu is going through, to cause this pain that Biafrans are going through. Very wicked people indeed. Alexander Stop is a very wicked man. Very, very wicked. He's a very heartless individual. This is a man that we all fought independence together. Simon Ekpa fought in their country. A decorated military man. That is who Simon is. Simon has never had any criminal record. Simon detailed Alexander Stop of everything that was happening in Biafran land. Everything that Tinubu and his cohort is doing. Did they listen to that? Did they even take that into account? No, they did not, because of their gain, because of what they're going to gain in Biafran land, and that is what they had done. They proved to the world who they are, really are. Alexander Stop proved to the world who he is. And that is why today, anywhere he's going, he's always bowing his head in shame, because we kept calling him out. He's a very wicked man, very useless indeed. When Prime Minister was appreciating this man, was hyping him, I think God was really angry. Because the glory of God was what our prime minister was giving to this Alexander Stop. That is going to bring Finland. That is going to bring Finland to Biafra. That is going to bring Finland to Biafra. That is why God decided, okay, I'm going to show you that I'm God who wants to bring this Biafra by myself, but you are my vessel. I think that's what God did. Because I didn't see that coming. We never saw it coming. Even when they were discussing, because we know the international laws here that said that self-determination is not a crime. Self-defense is not a crime. I was part of the people who were defending these people, saying to the world that Finland can never jail prime minister. Reason is that we know the international law. Self-determination here is not a crime. You have a right to have your government internationally. So many countries got their independence and they were away. They were on exile. That was why I was beating my chest. Master Simon Ekpa can never go to jail. I was part of go to our spaces from January last year. I was always on Drake's space, advocating for Finland, saying that Finland is under EU. They will do the right thing. They will do the needful. But I didn't know that these people are just animals. I'm telling you, I didn't know that these people has no black in their mind. That all they care is what you gain, their gain. And that is why I laugh when they say, oh, Donald Trump is coming because of his selfish interests. He's coming because of his selfish gain. He's coming because he wants our mineral resources. If he wants to come to take our mineral resources, to save your life, to save my life, to save our country, Biafra and Nigeria, let him come and take. After all, those oil are in Biafran land. They are not in the west. They are not in the north. It is in Biafran land. The oil that they are fighting for is in the north. You can see what is going on today in Biafran. Who dare speaks for Biafra today? Who dare fight for Ndi? Nobody. Nobody fights for Ndi. Look at how they are breaking our shops. Look at how they are demolishing everything. Look at how they are making a mess of our people in Lagos State. Who dare talks now? Who speaks for you, Ndi? Are you people not foolish? When Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was telling you, be careful, let us go home and build. There is a way that we will continue to build on our land. These people will leave us alone by force. We will move all our buildings, all our businesses to the southeast. They will leave us alone. But go to the whole of the southeast. It's deserted, like as if they chased everybody away from their land. Go to Lagos State and see the sophisticated houses, the mansions that are going to be taken away very soon. Most of them have been destroyed. There was a guy's own that paid me the most, 300 million. That is what this guy used in building his house. 300 million naira cash. That's what he buried in that house. And they destroyed it without even looking back. What about this man that owns Landmark Beach? I think his name is Paul something. I can't remember. He's an Igbo man. Did you see the way they destroyed Landmark Beach? They destroyed it under one day. What this man used almost 300, is it $30 million? $30 million to build. $30 million to build. They destroyed it. So, when will we learn? These people don't want us. They don't like us. They don't want us around them. Why are we forcing ourselves around them? We want to show them that we are richer than them. Let us go to our land and do that. We have a place. All those insecurity you are seeing in the southeast is caused by the government of Nigeria. They cannot tell you this. Now, why are they fighting Trump? To the extent that they are going on the streets of the north now, Abuja, protesting. You don't see, in that protest, you don't see, what is it called? You don't see military people shooting at the protesters now. You don't see police shooting at them. That's to tell you, we are not welcomed in Nigeria. Nigeria is a terrorist nation, ruled by terrorists. Shetima is a terrorist. Tinubu is a terrorist. What is his name? Abiu is a terrorist. And I will give you reasons. Facts. In 2018, in Shetima's Abuja's lodge, a known terrorist was found in his lodge. That is your vice president today, Shetima. A known terrorist was found in his lodge and he was arrested, and later they released him again. Tinubu on his own side, he cannot go to US today as we speak. That is the president of a nation. One is because the DEA is looking for him. The FBI of America is looking for him. The Drug Law Enforcement Agency of America, they are looking for Tinubu. So these are the kind of people that are working, that are in control of your resources. How do you think Nigeria is going to get better? People are Apasino, people that are wanted by American police. Abiu was under investigation by the EFCC. All of a sudden, he became the chairman of assembly or whatever they call it. Abiu was under investigation for money laundering. Now he's now the Senate president of Nigeria. Can you imagine and you expect Nigeria to grow, and you expect foreigners to come and invest in Nigeria? Can you see how dull you people are? Thinking that Nigeria is going to be good one day. It can't be good. It can never be good. And you see, this is their ordeal. This is what they do. This is what they do. Everybody now is in disarray because Tinubu is the president of Nigeria. We tell you the truth, you say no, you don't want the truth. I want to reiterate it here again that Omotosho has been bribed $15 million. One, has been promised to be given oil well. Two, and the third, they promised him house of his choice anywhere in the world, including Dubai, if he can jail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because he's the only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that have the nerves, the temerity to say a thing, and the Easterners will listen to him. And that is why they are scared of him. And the world is watching. I am not saying this because I want to hyperventilate. I am saying it because that is the real truth on ground. I don't come to tell you what is not. I don't come to tell you what is not. I studied this people's law very well, this European law. I know it very well. So we are not here. I'm not here to manipulate words to tell you what is not or what it is. No, I'm not going to do that. Never. This is what they did. Omotosho was bribed to jail Nnamdi Kanu. And he's trying his best to make sure that that comes to pass. That comes to pass by doing what? Making sure that he hands a jail term to Nnamdi Kanu, so that Igbos will go and sit down. That is what Omotosho is doing. Are you not surprised? When they told him that when Nnamdi Kanu submitted no case submission, what did he do? He rejected it. No case submission means that the prosecutor has not gotten any substantial evidence against me. So discontinue this trial because it's heading nowhere. Omotosho refused it. Why did he refuse it? Because he has seen that if he refuses it, if he rejects it, he's not going to get the money again. It is all about interest. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being used for political gain in Nigeria. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being used for political gain. Anybody that is telling you that the law works in Nigeria must be dreaming. If they explain Nigerian law to you and you understand it, that means you have to go and have a rethink again to come out of that thought of understanding Nigerian law. You can't understand it. All this thing was caused by Ogenkere. If Ogenkere and Sonia Barawa, Vam, Adandi Ocho, if all these people from the bribe Nigerian government give them, we're not going to be here. You're not even going to know who I am. Because I was under the ground helping, doing what I can do. But today we have exposed them. We'll continue to expose who they are. Don't ask me how did I get this information, because I tell you one thing that you don't know. We here are more closer to all these these animals in the government than you people. And we know what we know based on the information we've got. That is why, look at Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Oreboweze. Go and look at her. Has she done anything to these people? The answer is no. Why are they fighting her? They don't want your freedom. They have paid them. That is the only offense she has committed. They don't want your freedom. She redeclared, and that redeclaration is, they all know what they are doing. Forget about all this, the online government, forget it. There is what they call legal tender. Legal tender, your check, original check is a legal tender. Your document that you use in signing for your building's house is a legal tender. So they know that the document of our redeclaration anywhere in the world is legal tender. Nobody can change it. That document that Ngozi Oreboweze generated on the 29th day of November 2024 can never be changed. Not even by the President of America. He can't change it. So they know that when Ndi Okunelu no, that's how did I speak this thing in Igbo, you understand? Ndi na-emesi kepụta, ndị dịka Simon Ekpa, Ochaloko ozugbo, because they have the document. That is why they are fighting this woman to tear down that document. Nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing else. That is the country that you came from. That is the country you came from. That is the country we all came from. Everything that I tell you here happens. Everything that I tell you here is the truth. Nothing but the truth. You know, the last time when we were fighting about this Simon coming or not, Simon not coming, I didn't know that they have bribed Nigeria. Nigeria have bribed them. I didn't know. That was why I stood on the EU law, because I know the international law. And look at how Finland is facing disgrace today because of Alexander Stubb, because of one man. Because of one man. If Nnamdi Kanu goes to prison illegally without any proof that he committed a crime, Nigeria will never remain the same. Let me stop it at this. If Nnamdi Kanu goes to prison, people like us fear people like us because we are more dangerous than them. They are God. We are not. I didn't go to church and I'm not going to go to church. They have godly hearts. I don't have. My freedom, none of you can fight for it. None of you, all of you can. You call yourself Emma. You are scared writing this rubbish. That's why your face can never be here. But you see who I am. You see me, 101. I'm not running. I am fighting for my life.
Mr. Trump's intervention, what's your own reading of it? And what do you think ought to be the right perspective?
You know, I am worried as a journalist that in this time and age, when the social media has democratized access to information, that people are using the same media to deny reality. And the people are exaggerating what the President of the United States has promised to do. He only promised to help us deal with terrorists who have been dealing with Christians in this place. He didn't say in any tweet anywhere that he was coming to invade Nigeria for anything.
I don't think so.
But you know, the people are now using the media to say, oh, he's interested in our oil. It's an economic issue. Why did he want to do it? They did this one in Libya. They did this in Iraq. They did this in, why is he interested? And he has failed. And they are using the same media to get even some people who have become crisis merchants in Nigeria to be using misinformation and disinformation. And they are making us to believe that we do not like the president, that they are targeting the president. No. This problem began long before even 2009 when Boko Haram manifested itself. It began before that. But since that way, it has become an international dimension. So many things have happened that people are now denying. And people denying that, oh, there was no Christian, there has been no genocide on Christians. If we want to begin primarily, my brother, where is Leah Sharibu since 2018? And we are for 113 captives. Like that. She was singled out because she denied her faith.
Yeah, they refused to release.
She refused to, they wanted her to deny her faith. They refused to release her till date. You attended so many media security meetings, even under Buhari, where I asked this question more than 5 times. Where is there? They have been promising. They left her because she's a Christian. We heard that she's given birth. Her father is still in the police force.
Wow.
It was this same Reno Omokri who found out when there was a Reno Omokri. He was the one who found out about the identity of her father, that is actually from Adamawa State, a Christian from Adamawa State, serving in Yobe State. And the mother was there, who had been, the President Buhari promised everybody that she will be released. It's still not released. Nobody knows her whereabouts. What happened to Deborah in Sokoto College of Education, who thanked God online for enabling her to finish her exam as any Christian would have done? They stoned her to death in this same country. And even lawyers were trooped out to say we will break out from NBA if we will not allow us to defend the people who stoned her to death. No one is in detention. Nobody has been prosecuted. What happened? So many things have happened like that. Why are there so many people who want to deny that we do not have IDP camps? There are so many of them in this Abuja. So many of them in the places, 2 states that they have targeted, Benue and Plateau, Christian dominated. You know the place of Jos as the capital of Plateau State, even in Christendom here. You know that Benue State too is Christian dominated. Why do terrorists target Christians in that place? Why do they allow, what happened to all those people in IDP camps who occupied their natural habitat, the place God the Almighty gave them to live? Why can't they return? Who are the people occupying those places? So this thing is so complex, but as a journalist, we are not allowed to do contextual reporting of all these things, to bring out facts of those people, the villages they have destroyed, people they have killed. There are videos of pregnant women they have killed. They shattered the pregnancy and all those things. They say nothing happened here. So these are issues. I think it's not about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He inherited all this problem. He began in earnest in 2009 when Boko Haram story became international. But since that time, a lot of things have happened. Then our armed forces, we know their capacity. But you look at the budget of this 6.5 trillion, even in this year's budget, suddenly the defense budget takes the lion's share of our budget at a time.
Over 12%.
Yes, over 12%. That we need this one for critical infrastructure. Then somebody somewhere, president of the United States of Republican Party, and you know their principles. They are conservative people. They were the people who influenced even the writing of their constitution, and the constitution they put in God we trust. So they don't deny it. That is what they defend wherever Christians are traumatized and molested anywhere in the world. And he has said this one, no, this one we have had. You know, you recall that even in 2018, or thereabouts, even it was President Buhari himself who revealed in a private meeting he had with President in his first term.
That was the first time, yes.
First time. That we had that they are slaughtering Christians in your country. He said, no, sir. It was President Buhari himself who revealed it. It didn't start yesterday. Why are they denying this thing and saying that we should not take out terrorists in this place, that we should negotiate with them? Where in the world will you bring terrorists that you say you are looking for to be negotiating with them, to hold meeting, and they're gone? Who approved the guns they carried to meeting in Kasina for them? This is our country. It's not about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He has tried all that he can do to end this thing. We have seen revelation where people were talking about how President, the then President, Goodluck Jonathan brought in machinery and he was trying to finish the job. And they stopped him because they didn't want crisis merchants in this country, and people who do not love this country are denying reality.
Okay, so Mr. Loja, we also have inside information, although we won't mention names, that there are people in the Nigerian military who want to finish the terrorists, and that they were restrained by political appointees in this government. It's been reported, for instance, that there was a time they almost got Bello Turji within their range, but they were altered, and several other instances like that. What that tells me is that it's either there is no courage or sufficient courage inside government, or there is collusion. How can the president solve that situation? Because we can't have two sets of standards.
So we are saying in the media, we are saying through this medium that Mr. President should summon up courage. Should have the political will to discern this fact that there are some people who do not want these crises to end. I call them, what others have called them, crisis merchants. I do not believe that we do not have capacity in the military to crush this. We have had this thing you are saying, that a particular security chief insisted that these people must be crushed, and that there's another superior person who is trying to protect a territory and a race.
Yeah.
Because the person will not like this thing to end, and then the Mr. President, who is a politician who also will face re-election, to buy into it, and they have removed a particular security chief that we have had. This is Nigeria. This is about our country.
Yeah.
Because that person is insisting that these people must be crushed. And now another person is saying, no, let us negotiate with them. They listen to Sheikh Gumi, who is saying that we should be negotiating with them, who is always sitting down with them.
This is the same Sheikh Gumi who went to Saudi Arabia. And they said that the man is a security threat. And then they didn't allow him to come and do his pilgrimage. They sent him back home.
They sent him back home. And it is only in Nigeria that kind of person will be given media space to be repeating the fact that these terrorists are not bad people, that we need to negotiate with them.
It's just,
and then they will invite them into a meeting with their guns. And then the security people will be guarding them. And they will enter their buses, and they will drive away like that. And the following day, they will gather before Mr. President to say, this is what we are doing. Mr. President will tell them to crush them, do away with them. But they have been holding meetings with them because of the advice of a particular security chief. It's about our country. It's not about anybody. What we are saying is that they should not give us the narrative that this thing does not exist. Let us straighten the matter.
Right.
We do not want President Trump to come and invade this place.
Correct.
What we are saying is that Mr. President should do the right thing by getting security people to crush these people. People who are protecting them are enemies of the state, are they enemies of Nigeria.
Right.
People who are advising that the Mr. President should be negotiating with these terrorists. Trump is saying that, look, enough is enough of crushing Christians like that with impunity. In a particular December, they burned St. Teresa Church in Abuja here, at the border here. They have burned so many churches in a war.
Right, yeah.
They went there. Are there Christians that went to a war to invade the church and killed so many people?
Well,
and so many churches like that where they have destroyed even all these assets, even and human beings in Benue, in Plateau, in so many other places in Nigeria like that. It is not about saying, oh, they have killed Christians, they have killed Muslims. It is collateral damage. Where you heard that they have killed the Muslims. It is those Muslims who didn't believe in the fundamental objective of terrorists. They killed them. Okay. And we are now saying that, oh, no. Yeah, we are saying, look, we know that we have a responsibility to defend our country. We have a responsibility to stand by the government of our country. But enough should be enough. If we have an authority that is higher, that is saying we are coming to help you, let me ask a question. Who is afraid of this help from Donald Trump?
Yeah. What I wanted us to consider before we conclude on that is that, so I also believe, Mr. Martin, that, look, we can't deny the genocide. But I want us our leadership, to manage it in a way that it doesn't divide us.
So,
because yes, so I've had a lot of friends, my northern friends said, oh, look, I mean, yeah, that's, but who is speaking for the Muslim victims? And I said, yeah, of course. There are even instances where you could say that there are more terrorist victims in northern parts of the country because they have more population there.
Yes.
So I think it is important, and then I'll make a comment and then you respond. I think it's important that our leadership, particularly the president, can speak up and say, look, whether they are Christians or they are Muslims, we want to end this. What is the importance of that ability for all of us to come together, Mr. Onoja?
You see, the first thing is even a consideration of the fact that welfare and security of the people.
Yeah.
The president should know, and it's there in the constitution, shall be the primary purpose of government. And if the people are not secure, whether they are Christians or Muslim, it's a burden.
Right.
And it's a responsibility. And the president must fulfill that responsibility to ensure that everybody, it is not about Christian, it is not about Muslim. Everybody is secure in this country. Let me tell you about the implication of division, if it is not properly managed. If the way they are putting the narrative in Western press, they say Christian South, Muslim North. it's not correct.
It's not accurate.
It's not accurate. There are so many Christians in the north, Muslims in the south.
Wow.
So if we now cut it off, and these Christians that they say that President Trump is trying to protect, if you cut them into the north, they will be more vulnerable. It will cut them off from their southern counterparts. They will be more vulnerable to violence. These people will finish them. It's in our interest to be together. We should not encourage anything that will divide us. And so our brothers and sisters, whose God is their belly, and they are encouraging propaganda to in order to deny the truth, they should note that there are problems. There are problems. Let me tell you, even immediately, the problem that Mr. President should note, even in the north, that are not in the media at all. There is a local government in Bauchi State that is Christian dominated. They call it Tafawa Balewa local government.
Okay.
You know that under Isa Yuguda as governor, he should hear this.
Okay.
They unilaterally relocated the headquarters of local government listed in the constitution to Bununu. From Tafawa Balewa to Bununu. And the only Christian member of the House of Assembly in that place, only Christian member, a female Christian member of the House of Assembly, was suspended for criticizing that illegal relocation by the State Assembly. She was suspended, and that was barely a year after the inauguration of the session of their State Assembly. They suspended her till the end of that session for 3 years.
Wow.
You know that what you will not read in the media was that they took the case to court. The State High Court sided with the state government against the Constitution. The State High Court.
Wow.
It was only on 30th September 2025. We will not read it in the media. 30th September 2025, barely 2.5 months ago, that the Court of Appeal in Jos quashed that decision of the High Court and the Assembly, and they cited an example in Ekiti State that no individual, no institution has the right to relocate
the headquarters
of a local government as it is listed in the Constitution.
But why did Governor Yuguda, why did he do that?
He did that one because that is what they do to Christian-dominated areas.
So they removed the local government headquarters from a Christian-dominated place.
To a Muslim-dominated area. So you also have state terror to fight. Our leaders who are making noise in Abuja, they do a lot of things that are not reported in the media about the North. Have we seen it in the North that it is quite impossible? Last year, I met a girl from Gwoza local government in Borno State, who obtained 277 in a
JAM.
Yes, in UTME, and was trying to obtain certificate of citizenship from liaison office of Borno State in Abuja here. And could not. They told her to go to, because she is originally from Gwoza, is from an IDP camp. She only managed to get that mark. Was not admitted at the University of Abuja here, I am telling you.
Wow.
But while trying to secure admission to read law at the University of Abuja, she went to Borno State Liaison Office in Abuja here to obtain...
She's an indigene of Borno State.
They told her to go back to Gwoza to obtain the certificate, but they were giving the same certificate to Muslims from Borno State in the same office before her very eyes.
Wow.
A police officer got there and said, this is how I have to use another Muslim person to obtain a certificate for me in this office. A serving police officer, female serving police officer that I met. So there are so many issues. Most of the children of Christians from this northern state, you see, this is a very complex issue.
It is.
Very complex issue. Most of these children of Christians from so many northern states cannot get admission to read medicine, law, or these computer science engineering courses, even if their parents, I have so many of them as friends, even if their parents are professors in certain universities, they changed one from medicine to Christian religious knowledge. Arbitrarily, these things are not in the media. We deny this reality in the media about what Christians in the North have been suffering.
Okay, thank you so much. It's a very good place to stop. We hope that we can sort out these differences. And if there are people who want to say that, look, there's another side to this story. Yeah, we are hoping to also balancing it out. But this, Mr. Oloji has pointed out to quite a lot of issues that are under the surface, that is also brewing this divisive rhetoric. But like I think we can both agree,
yes,
that our leadership has to make sure that there is unity.
And that the unity, no division. I reiterate it. We do not want to like another country's president to be solving the problem that we can solve. We haven't been able to solve this problem because there is corruption within the security architecture that they have drawn up, and people, operatives, who have been made to do. We understand that our people have the capacity to crush terrorists, but some state forces are stopping them for reasons known to them.
Let's hope that with the new leadership, the new service chief, they have a new opportunity.
Well, definitely, and he will promise that one. I will crush insecurity. This one within a very short time. Let him make good his promise.
Exactly. The new chief of defense staff, the new chief of army staff, and all the other service chiefs, they have a unique opportunity to solve this problem. I believe, I agree with you, that Mr. Trump's intervention is actually a fillip. Yes. Something that can help us solve this problem.
To solve this problem, and it should not we should not just be insulting him that he's not. Say, I want to help you.
Yeah.
Let's get this help and move on to direct defense vote to building critical infrastructure in our country.
Right. Thank you so much.
So let me start with you, Peter. Trump's statement has split opinions. Yeah. There are those who say that he had no right to tell us how to rule our country, and there are those who are like, maybe we need somebody to come and tell us what we need to do. So there's a split. But what's your view? What does his comment reveal about our national security at large?
Thank you very much for having me. I think I stand with the Nigerian people. I stand with the victims of this senseless killing and of innocent Nigerians, and whatever pressure that will be needed to put on our government to do what they ought to do should be done. I think the events of the last few days have been a monumental tragedy. It's a disgrace on every level that it took the intervention of a foreign government to put pressure on the Nigerian government to take seriously what the Constitution describes as the primary responsibility of government, which is the protection of life and property of the citizen. And nobody should question the intervention of the United States. The current president, where they were in opposition, they went in 2014 to the United States of America on the same killing of Nigerians, demanding or requesting for intervention. And so when a man's house is on fire, whoever that helps to put it out, that is the interest of the person. So as it is today, the question is, the US president said the Nigerian government should move fast. So the pressure should be on the Nigerian government to move fast, because I mean, if it went other climes, there should be some resignations at this point. Because when you have a series of events where citizens are being killed and there is no action from the leadership, or rather actions that seem to suggest that leaders are rather complicit in protecting criminals or giving them, a soft landing as against protecting innocent citizens, I think it is a monumental tragedy. And whatever that needs to be done, I mean, we are able to take grants and loans and whatever from the United States of America, so we should be able to take their warning and move fast. So President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, wherever you are, you should move fast to end these killings.
Why are Nigerians angry at the messenger instead of the message? Do you understand? It's quite now replacing urgency in our country. And then secondly too, they keep going on about, it's not just Christians that were killed, it's also Muslims. But the truth of the matter is that nobody is talking about the originators of the killings themselves.
Very important. I mean, it is not about whether being angry at the messenger or taking the message. You cannot even be angry at the messenger, because as the other, my colleague has rightly said, there is a responsibility to protect under the United Nations Charter, and that a foreign government can step in. The US has invested a lot. A lot of our military officers are trained in the US, trained to handle their equipment. They sell most of our weaponry hardware come from the United States. And if the government of the state seems to be folding their arms while these kind of issues are going on, perceived genocide, and all of these kind of hate crimes and events, there is a responsibility to step in. And then if we talk about, Muslims being killed and Christians being killed, the fundamental question will be, who is carrying out the killing?
Exactly.
And then if we now agree, because what it seems now is like, it is more shameful. Our response is not that there are no killings. Is that, US, you are not even saying it as bad as it is. So Christians are being killed, Muslims are being killed. Now the question will be, if Christians are being killed, Muslims are being killed, who has a problem with coming in to take out the killers?
Exactly.
I think there should be a mutual agreement that, look, Everybody is a victim of this issue, and then the terrorists themselves should be taken out. Who are the sponsors of terrorism? Who are the beneficiaries of terrorism?
That's a big question.
Because there is a track record. President Buhari, under President Jonathan, terrorists were almost confined to the forest. We had the infamous Sambisa forest. Today, under the APC government, terrorists are holding stakeholder meetings with security officials and government. So we have a situation where we have security and insecurity officials holding meetings, brandishing
and giving
arms,
advice.
and giving advice on how it should be run. President Buhari took out $1 billion from excess crude account and invested in insecurity. Somehow it exploded. When it was under Jonathan, where the President Tinubu now called on the competence of President Jonathan and asked him to resign, insecurity was almost localized within the northeastern region. Under the APC, the military is in active service across 36 states and the FCT. So right now, as it is, the question will be, what exactly is being done? And then you come as a president under this kind of administration, you outsource issues of defense to the National Security Advisor, and guess what? The president is chairing the Ministry of Petroleum. In a country where the last time President Tinubu traveled on a vacation, more than 100 persons were killed in a space of 2 days. That president is heading Ministry of Petroleum and not Defense as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. So when you see this level of mischief across board, people are being killed, bandits will hold peace deal, the next day they are also carrying out attacks. It calls to question the capacity of the government to protect its people. So the same question that President Tinubu asked the Goodluck Jonathan administration should be thrown to him. Has the APC-led federal government lost the capacity to protect Nigerians? If so, then they should take the advice they gave to the administration. But if not, please heed the advice of Mr. President Donald Trump and move very quickly to end this killing.
Okay. Well, there's a news flash. The governor candidate of All Progressive Party Congress in the Anambra State election, Chief Nicholas Ukachukwu, is about to cast his vote as we join our correspondent Andy Omano. Islam from extremism, because how do we do that without demonizing peaceful Muslims themselves? But yet at the same time not allowing extremists to hide behind religion? How do we find the balance?
We must be honest with ourselves as a people. There are the majority of Muslims. I have Muslim friends. We relate with them. They are peace-loving people who just want a country to thrive. The question is, there is a problem when you always need to say that a religion is a religion of peace. That statement in itself, because religion should not be otherwise. And the leadership of, the northern part of the country must be honest with themselves. Is illiteracy and certain social vices being weaponized against the people? What kind of Islam, we must ask ourselves, is practiced in Qatar? What kind of Islam is practiced in Saudi Arabia? What kind of Islam is done in United Arab Emirates and in Bahrain that are moving technologically, growing and prosperous for across the citizens? How has our own religion only turned out to produce insecurity, poverty? How many of the children of the elite northerners are engaged in the kind of Almajiri system that they push forward? So we must come to the understanding that every person who is at the baseline, who is not at the upper class of society, is a victim. Religion is only being used as a cloth to cover. Both Christians are being killed, Muslims are being killed. And if you know truly, remember the incidents that happened when Deborah Yakubu was killed in Sokoto State, Usman Danfolo. Yes, stoned to death. Who was arrested? How many people were prosecuted? Some northern leaders who put out a tweet had to delete it for fear of backlash. There is a problem with that kind of society. In 2016, Deaconess Olawale Eunice, a Redeemed Christian Church of God evangelist in Kubwa, was butchered to death. Who was arrested? Who was prosecuted? The vice president in that administration was a redeemed pastor. What was done about it? So when there is a track record of a failure of the judicial system where there is selective justice, then everybody becomes a victim. At this point now, if Christians, or there is a perception there is Christian genocide, and then Muslims also believe that Muslims are being killed, is it not an opportunity for everybody to unite and say, look, we are all victims, let us take this out? So it lies on the leadership of even both religious sectors and also the people to know that in the end of all of this, when all is said and done, those of us who do not have the opportunity, in Nigeria, one of the offenses you will commit is to be poor. Whether you are Islam or Christian, the only person who that Sharia one time has caught was somebody who stole, his hand was amputated. A governor in the north was caught on camera receiving dollar and stacking inside Babariga. The president at the time said that the video was probably doctored. So laws are meant for the poor. So you can even recite the Quran from back to back, but when it comes to the issue of dispensing of justice, you may not be held to the same standard with an elite or somebody of opportunity.
It's good that you mentioned that, because there's also the speculation that some people in power actually encourage this conflict.
Yes.
Because they use it to their advantage. What's your take on that?
It is.
There are also those who believe that the governors of these states where these things happen should be sanctioned one way or the other when these occurrences do come to pass.
Anti-rules. I think it was the late Sani Abacha who said when insecurity lasts beyond 24 hours, then there should be the hand of government in it.
Yes.
The former Nigerian Minister for Defense, our first Minister for Defense, T.Y. Danjuma, stood on a platform in Taraba and made a bold statement. He said the military, they are not neutral. They collude with the terrorists. A minister for defense. What was the investigation that was carried out? We have seen pictures and videos and allegations of where terrorists were found in certain government houses and nothing was done about it. So when there is a perception that instead of protecting life of citizens, persons in government, why is it that insecurity has become almost a multinational economic investment? The more money you pour into it, the more it increases. So definitely it has become business. So if you can allow this kind of criminality to fester, the same Nigerian government that rejected the intelligence of the United States decided to start Operation Safe Corridor. How do you do repentant terrorists in the middle of a war when the victims of their killings and terrorism are still languishing in internally displaced person camps in conditions that are subhuman? That same country was spending billions rehabilitating known terrorists, allegations with even engaging them into the country's armed forces, and you say there is no collusion. You cannot say you are neutral. So until Nigerians realize that this is beyond what is being said is less than what is not said. For the past, you know how many days now, you can see the government running from pillar to post. For 2 years, you needed President Trump to tell you before you can appoint diplomats. We had no ambassadors manning our embassies across the country. The president they are more concerned with trying to pull people from one party and entering into the APC so that you can begin to sing on your mandate you shall fall. It is a colossal failure and a shame, but Nigerians must wake up and save ourselves.
Okay. Let me get to our Abuja guest. So Chidi, you've heard what Peter has had to say so far, but I want to ask, because there was an allegation that an American captive was once held by Boko Haram, and America within 2 days, not 2 months, not 2 weeks, within 2 days rescued their citizen. So what I want to now ask is that if the US can rescue its citizens inside Nigeria within days, what stops deeper intelligence sharing? What stops it? What stops them sharing that with us? Is it lack of trust or political obstruction? I'm confused.
Oh, well, I mean, picking up just one victim of kidnap is not the same as dealing with the entire, gamut of the kidnap industry.
No, it's the length of time in which it was done.
Monumental.
In the length of time in which it was done, this was 2 days. So that means,
in any case, I mean, look, I get your point, but the thing is, we have to really come down to where we are. We are Nigeria. We're not United States of America. We've not gotten the kind of technology that they have.
But we can
what we should be talking about now is how do we. Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm coming to. You got it spot on. The point we are right now is the point where we can, seek for robust collaboration with America and other powers that have the capability to help us. As it is now, it's not. I don't think that doing it alone, by us, is the right way to go. But I will always urge that this idea of this excitement about America coming to do the job for us without our permission is not the best way to go. What we should talk about is how do we develop a robust structure to see a collaboration between America and Nigeria to see that they can share their technology, share their intelligence, share their their experience, and then probably give us those leverages that can help us. I do not foresee a situation where we have foots on the ground or have American, military camps across Nigeria. It never spells good for us. But look, the goal is actually to see how we can surmount these security challenges across the country. So any way the Americans can help us by making sure that we defeat terrorism is what every discerning Nigerian is talking about. But you see, we'll have to look at the bigger picture. Yes, you consider the immediate. Yes, you see the leadership failures. Yes, you see the incapabilities of some of our security agencies. Yes, you see the poor security architecture that have made it possible for us to rely only on the military, playing down on the role of the police. We have to see that we have to stop that idea that the military, the security, the intelligence and response agencies are not collaborating well. How do we threaten this? These are the issues we should be talking about now. I've gone beyond the excitement about the fact that Americans say they are coming. I don't think that's what should be exciting us. What should we're talking about right now is how do we make sure that beyond the euphoria, beyond that anticipation, that we can get something on a sustainable basis without actually impugning on integrity of our sovereignty. This is what every nation should look at. I'm looking beyond the immediate administration, because the crisis didn't start now. Now, if you look at the charges from the American side, that they actually talked about from 2009. So meaning that this thing has been a cumulative issue that have come to a boil now. So I am looking at where we are right now and where we ought to be in the nearest future. But of course, I'm mindful of the fact that a lot of Nigerians need that respite. There are people who are actually under terrible condition, that brought about by these security challenges. So any which way that we can stem the tide is welcome by me. But I'm only saying, let us look at the bigger picture. If we think that the best thing to do is to bring foreign boots on ground, at the end of the day, it might turn out not to be the best option. That's exactly what I'm trying to make.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful people, as we have finished watching this interesting video, please, I want to see your comment, your contribution, your opinion in the comment section. Like I said earlier, let us do it constructively. Tell me what you think about this video that you have just watched, and also about the platform. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please remember to subscribe, put on your notification bell, share this video, and remain blessed.